Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona's wage bill is already down to 530 million euros and the aim is to reduce it to within 450 to 470 million euros. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Ace Abde, who played on loan to Osasuna this last season, as it has been reported that the 21-year-old Barcelona starlet is very attracted by potential loan move to Real Betis. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. As the summer transfer window draws closer, Barcelona are working so hard to slash their bloated wage bill so that they can comply with La Liga's financial fair play rules and go about their transfer business without any problems. The Catalans' wage bill for the 2022-23 season stood at a massive 656 million euros, and the club had been told that they need to reduce it by a figure close to 200 million euros. And according to Ferran Corrias of Sport, Barcelona are on course to achieving their objective as the wage bill has already come down to 530 million euros. A large chunk of this drop in wage budget is due to the departure of club captains Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, both of whom confirmed their exit at the end of the season, along with the retirement of Gerard Piqué, which was announced back in November last year. Apart from these three players, the permanent transfer of Antoine Griezmann to Atletico Madrid during the 2022-23 campaign also helped Barca save a big chunk of their salary budget. The club's main objective now is to further reduce the wage bill to around 450 million euros, which they believe can be achievable in the coming weeks. For starters, around 50 million euros of this salary mass is occupied by players returning from their loan spells such as Samuel Umtiti, Clement Lenglet, Sergino Dest, Alex Collado, and Gustavo Maya. None of these players belong to Xavi's plans, however, and the idea is to offload them permanently as soon as possible in order to further cut to the wage bill. Meanwhile, around 90 million euros of the total 530 million euros salary mass corresponds to other teams and sports apart from the men's first team, such as basketball, handball, futsal, women's teams, and grassroots football. And there is a plan to make significant cuts to this chunk of the budget as well, especially in basketball, which would further take Barcelona towards their goal of reducing the wage budget to around 450 to 470 million euros. Of course, so that's how the state of financial affairs are for Barca, as they are working so hard to ensure that they follow the financial fair play rules of La Liga. Of course, we know we have been hampered by this for such a long time. Laporta have been trying his best to ensure that La Liga complies with what Barca are trying to do. Despite Jordi Alba and Busquets deciding to step down as Barca players, one could have thought that it would really help us, and even in fact it could have just opened up everything for possible transfers, but that is not exactly the case, as Barca still need some sales before they can have a good transfer business. So far, Barcelona haven't yet sell anybody. We know the transfer window is still not officially open, and of course, many activities will take place but when it is open. But Barcelona right now are already planning on how to go about the business. It's good to always plan before executing something, because if they just go into it without proper planning, it might be a very big problem for us. Of course, we know that we have to do everything that we could to ensure that the salary budget of the club reduces to the targeted amount. If not, we won't be able to sign, we won't be able to go about our activities smoothly, and that would be a big disgrace, a big shame, which we definitely hope that Laporta and his board can come to a solution as soon as possible, to bring out a permanent solution to this problem. Because you know that even with signed players, we need to register them. Players must be signed and registered, because we quite remember the last couple of seasons, Barca have been having registration issues a lot, and Barca want to ensure that when that space in the wage budget is available, there won't be any problem as to registering players even after being signed. So let's see how it goes for Laporta and his work trying to ensure that the salary mass is being reduced. Luckily, Alba accepted to leave. He decided to leave alongside Busquets, you know, and that it really helped us greatly, because if Alba could have stayed, or if Busquets could have heard what Javi said and convinced to stay and extend contract, then it could have been more difficult. That's just the truth. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barca starlet ace Abde enjoyed a very fruitful campaign away on loan at CA Osasuna in the 2022-23. The 21-year-old Moroccan international, who made his first team debut for the Catalan Giants during the 2021-22 campaign, was shipped out on loan as there was no place for him in Xavi's plans at Spotify Camp Nou, and he made the most of his time away from Barca. Abde finished the 2022-23 campaign with a return of 6 goals and 2 assists, helping Osasuna qualify for European football and make it to the finals of the Copa del Rey. As such, there is a chance that Abde could find himself in the Barcelona first team next season. At the same time, though, the winger is attracting serious interest from Real Betis, who wish to sign him on a season-long loan deal. And according to Sport, Abde is very attracted by the idea of a loan move to Real Betis in the upcoming summer transfer window. While Abde's dream has always been to succeed at Barcelona, there are no guarantees that he will be given adequate opportunities in the senior team next season, even though the club have told him that they wish for him to do the pre-season under Xavi Hernandez. The 21-year-old remembers how he went from starting games for the first team in the 2021-22 season to playing for the reserves before being shipped out on loan, and hence he has reservations about staying at Barca as he might not get regular minutes. Instead, Abde believed that he will have game time at Betis thanks to the presence of director Ramon Planes, who had brought him to Barca in 2021. The Moroccan believed that having someone like Planes who trusts him fully in his corner will help him accrue playing time with the Verde Blancos. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.